Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I am here to tell you what to do in Munich. Several cool tips that will really make a difference on your trip. What are the must-see sites, what are the coolest tours to do, what's near Munich, because there are sensational tours that you can't miss. There are several cool things that will help you a lot on your trip, so these tips will be very quick, useful, and not boring at all, guys. So don't forget to give us that like, subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and buckle up. Well, Munich is a very nice city. We found a very cozy place, let's say so. It's different from Berlin. Berlin is a really big city. In Munich, we found it a little bit cozier, more closed. It reminds us a little bit of the colonial style, even a little bit medieval, let's say. So it's a very nice place to walk around, to rest and eat. There are plenty of tourist attractions to do, so we made a list of the main ones. We didn't do too much, but we wanted to highlight the main tourism places you can't miss and some important city tips that you need to know before you go there, because there are some things that it's good to travel knowing. So the first tip is, most of the sites are very concentrated. Munich is not that big, it's not that a big city, and things are very concentrated there in the center, so try to stay in a good place. We have a video about where is Munich that we explain exactly what is the best region, where there are many good hotel tips, but to sum it up for you here and now, try to stay close to the Marienplatz Square. It's the most touristy place, the place that's close to everything. Of course, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it to invest a little bit in the lodging so you can be close to everything and save a lot of time on your trip. So take a look. We are going to leave a map that you're now seeing on the screen. It's a customized map that we created in a search engine, which is the biggest hotel search engine in the world, the one we always use. Of course, you know it. It's the cheapest and has more hotels. We have managed to put there a personalized link with this area that we think is the best. Open the link and you will see the map. Enter the date of your trip there and you will select the best hotels that will appear for you, and you can see which one is the best price. So the first place that you have to know in Munich, and that's the most important, is actually right in the city center, which is this good area to stay, which is Marienplatz. It's actually called Maria Square for translation, but it's called Marienplatz. It's the central square of the city. It's where the main, most important tourist spots of Munich are, so you have to visit it. There are many restaurants around, nice places for you to visit, so take some time to visit it if you're staying there. We stayed near there, and almost every day we left the hotel, we went there one way or another. We always end up going there to eat something or not, so you pass by the square more often because it's very beautiful. Sometimes there are artists painting, playing music, so it's a very busy place. It's got its name because of Mary's Column, a monument in the middle of the square that was built in 1683, and so this place was named after Our Lady. And the square is also very famous for housing the News Rathaus. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, but it's the Munich City Hall building. It has a very nice neo-Gothic style, very different, and its main attraction is the famous clock. It's a clock different from anything we have ever seen in our lives, and what draws the attention of the clock, of the facade of this building, is the amount of details. It's the amount of details that the architect and everyone involved use it. It draws a lot of attention, so go there, observe, spend some time seeing the clock there, how it works, because it's a very cool experience. It's very beautiful. Take a lot of pictures because it is a different building, different than everything we have ever seen. Another very nice tourist attraction that's close to Marienplatz is the Munich Cathedral. Actually, it's the Cathedral of Our Lady, they call it both ways. So it's a very big cathedral. It's very nice because it was almost completely destroyed in the war, in the Second World War. They managed to rebuild it completely, so it has a very important meaning for Germany, and it's also very big. People visit it a lot to be able to climb to the dome. Up there in the tower that this cathedral has, you can have a very beautiful view of the city, but there are some times of the year that this dome is not open, so you have to look carefully because it is between April and October. After that time, you can't go up, so you have to see if it will be open when you're there, but it's worth going up because it's a very nice view of the city. And the tours inside the cathedral church, they run from March to September, so there are several dates. It's kind of a hard place to get to know. Research when you're going, you will be able to see if you will have access to it or not. Very beautiful place, guys. The area to take some pictures because its facade is very beautiful regardless of whether you're going or not. If you're going to be able to see it up there, go up in front of it to take some pictures to see the place because the architecture, the building itself of the cathedral is very beautiful. Guys, quickly, any doubt you may have about your trip, any doubt at all, you can send it to us and we'll help you. Even easier, if you prefer to send it through social networks, add me on @PaiLorenzi. Send me a direct message and I'll be glad to help you. And follow us there. We are always traveling around the world trying to show travel tips in a very cool way and the family routine with our little ones who are a blast. I'm sure you're gonna like it. Now a tip, I even put it in the front because usually we talk first about the trips inside the city and then about the ones outside, but this is one I wanted to bring a little bit to the middle of our list because it's the most beautiful walk we did in the whole trip to Germany. Really, it's a sensational place, you can't miss it. It has the Neuschwanstein Castle, the name is very difficult to pronounce. I don't know if even I pronounce it right now because they speak very fast there. It's Neuschwanstein, you will see it written there. It's much easier to hear than me speaking. It's a very beautiful castle which is about 2.5 hours from Munich. This castle has a very nice history. There was a king there who was called the Mad King, who was kind of crazy. He did some very different things and he wanted to create this castle. He already lived in a castle next door that you can also visit and see that's very beautiful. He created this to be a new one, but then he got a painter and an artist to plan the castle and not an architect. He fired the architect and wanted the guy to do a castle unlike anything else. Very imaginary, very fairy tale-y. It worked so well that Walt Disney was inspired by this castle to make Sleeping Beauty Castle, so it became a very famous place. Tourists want to know a lot because of Walt Disney and because of the history of the place, and it's a beautiful place. The nature that surrounds it, the place where it was built there in the mountain is sensational. It was the most beautiful, coolest ride of all, so go there. If you have a car, it takes a couple of hours, you can go there easily. It's a round trip, and if you don't have one, we end up doing a very nice tour, which is the guided tour. There are companies that take you by bus. They pick you up in the center of Munich and take you there in the morning. It's a 2.5-hour trip. When you get there, they stop in the parking lot and you have to climb up the mountain to the castle. Then you take the tour of the castle, which is beautiful. You get to know the inside, the rooms, the bedrooms, everything there. It's very beautiful. And up there, when you get to the top of the tower, we took, I think, the coolest picture of our trip. The one we remember the most because the landscape up there is amazing. You're up there on top of the castle. Even today we sometimes see pictures of the castle far away, so it's a very beautiful tour. We'll leave the link here in the description for the place to buy the tickets for Germany and all over Europe. One of the biggest ticket sellers, and the prices are always the best, so we always buy with them. We trust them. I'll leave the link here. And there's also the tour that sometimes includes the tour of the Lindenroof Palace, which is very beautiful, a sensational place. If you have this tour available, you can also visit that on the same day. Leaving the castle, you can stop at this place that's also outstanding. You get to know the outside, the garden is beautiful, the inside, all the rooms. It was one of the most enjoyable days of the trip we have ever done in our lives, guys. And in the same idea, now a place much closer to Munich but not inside it is the concentration camp. For those who want to know about concentration camps, it's a place you have to go. The atmosphere is a little bit heavy, you can't remember everything. There are people who are much more sensitive and don't like it very much, but if you're interested in history and want to relive the moment a little bit and understand what happens there, this is a place you have to go. It's very different from everything we have ever seen, but it's a place that's worth visiting. There is a concentration camp called the Cow concentration camp. I don't know if it's pronounced like that, but it's spelled Dachau, and it's close to Munich, just a few minutes away. You take a train, you arrive there, you have the tour and you buy it. It's on the same link of the tickets that I put for the castle. You buy the tour and it's already included the train tickets, the ticket to go there, the guided tour and everything else. Then the person goes with you there and shows you the whole history of the place. You enter through the same gate where the thousands and thousands of Jews and people of all nationalities who were imprisoned there entered. There they estimate that there were 200,000 prisoners of 30 different nationalities and more than 40,000 were murdered. So it's a place that carries a very strong history. If you have the opportunity, go and see it. It's great. It's 45 minutes away by train. You can go by car if you have a car, but by train is a little bit easier. This guided tour, we think it's much easier because the person already has all the paths there, already knows where to enter with the ticket. You already have everything bought, and they also explain the history of the place, which makes a lot of a difference in this kind of tour. And Munich has several palaces. A palace that we think is very nice for you to know is the Residence Palace. It's a residence palace of Munich. It's called that because there are many kings and many dukes that lived there, and it's right in the center of Munich. They were the directors and the kings of Bavaria, as it was called before, so they were the people with more renown, with more prestige that lived there. Today, it's an interior design museum. It's considered one of the most beautiful in Europe, and it was one of the biggest palaces in the whole of Germany, so it's a very famous place. There were several kings that passed through there, that lived there, so it has a culture, it has a very nice architecture. And speaking of its architecture, it mixes a lot of things that was, they say, so nice about it: Renaissance, Baroque, Rococo, Classicism. There are several things there, several different architectures that give origin to this building, so it's a very beautiful thing to see. And now a little bit more quickly, the other sites that you might be interested in. There's a very nice park, the English Garden. It's very beautiful for those who like parks. We love them. It's very nice to get to know a little bit of the routine of the city residents, to stop for a while. If you like to run, it's a very nice park where you can run, practice a sport. It's close to downtown. It's a very nice park to visit. Everything is very beautiful there. For those who like cars, there is the BMW Museum, which is a sensational place, more than 5,000 square meters with history, exhibitions, cars, motorcycles, everything from the brand. It's a very beautiful place. Those who like cars and motorcycles must visit. And a very nice place you have to visit, especially if you like beer and food and want to know German food, is the Hofbrauhaus. It's because of the Hofbrauhaus beer. It's a very nice restaurant that was founded by this brewery, and it's gigantic. It has several floors and it became very famous. Tourists from all over the world want to go there. The most common beer at the Hofbrauhaus, it's Empletzer, which is the complete name of the place. I don't know if someone knows how to pronounce it. Comment below, help us, because it's very difficult. It's a house type beer, which is very nice. It's served in a 1 liter mug along with wheat beer and wine, so you can get to taste a lot of different beers. You will see that they all come with that German mug. They don't come as cold as we are used to, because it's already a little cold there, and they are not so used to drink cold beer. They drink beer at room temperature, which is already a little bit colder. And what we thought was cool and different about this restaurant is that they have those huge tables like the Oktoberfest from Germany, which is very characteristic of the country. They are those big tables and you sit next to people you don't even know. Sometimes interaction happens. People are very animated there. There are several snacks you can order for those who want to enjoy German food. It's very nice. There is pork knuckle, pork loin, sausage. We tried the German sausage, which we really wanted to try because they say it's very different and it's delicious. It goes very well with beer, so it's a very nice place to go. There's a little shop there where you can buy several souvenirs, mugs, beer, several things to take home. Almost all tourists end up getting some souvenirs to take home. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel, because that really helps us a lot. And be sure to watch the video on how to save a lot on your trip to Berlin and Germany, a complete video that we made with step by step to set up the whole trip with all the tips, the best services, and saving a lot. But it's really a lot. I'll leave it here along with the playlist that has all the other videos from Germany and Berlin for you to watch. Thank you very much, guys, and have nice trips.